Hello guys, so new prediction for next week. Let's start with a quick recap for the S&P. The prediction was that we want to see the pullback, and we did. I thought it will be much slower and resting on the 500 and then coming back up with the Qs. You know what? Let me check something. All right. This is a picture from my last prediction. You can see it here. Short continuation. It gave a signal here for the 500, and for the Qs the same move and then moving to the upside. Let's see. Same where it was here. This is on the 60-minute it was. All right, so moving back to the retest. So you can see it push a little bit lower, make the retest. You can see here the rejection with a nice tail, give you a nice signal for the move for the upside. All right. And Tesla looking for a sign to, it was a sign for a short squeeze, I think. Took out all the short sellers and take them off guard, and it did. So let's start the new prediction and see how it goes. So first, let's go for the weekly on the S&P. On the S&P, we see that we kind of having 1, 2, 3 weeks with a big pullback, and then inside candle and trying, the buyers came up on the last week and tried to push the market up. On the weekly, we don't have divergence for the upside, so this could be a move inside here going. Oh shit, the kids. Sorry guys. So this could be a sign of inside candle slowly grinding to the upside or to the downside, because there is still no divergence, even though it's give a small signal that it wants to cross higher. If the blue cross above, it could mean some sort of continuation with more strength, especially if it crossed the 50, but this is the weekly, so it could take time, maybe. So what we see in the weekly, we can say that this is 1, 2, this is not 3. Do we have a break in the structure, break in trend? Still not. It didn't cross this and break below. Maybe this is the reason why the buyers were so strong. They were afraid. If we go for the daily and check it up, on the daily, you can see the trend. If we draw it, let's say, someplace here, you can. This is the first small change in trend, the break of structure. And this is also a bigger one. This is a bigger break. Just a change. Sorry, this is a one take. So if the kids making noise, this is it. So this is the second break in the structure, a bigger one. You can see the bigger candle. So the sellers push their much lower, and again here. And you know what? Let's do it together. Let's make it bigger. You have here the line, all right? And this is the high. And basically it's moved lower, 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 and it's coming here from the upside. You can take the Fibonacci retracement line and draw them from the last peak to the last low, and you have the Fibonacci retracement. So what we expect here, because this is a break of trend, usually, not all the time, we want to see something happening between the 50 and the 6180 Fibonacci level. Why? Because a lot of people look at those numbers, and because a lot of people at computer and algos stuff looking at it, there could be some reaction to it. And what we see here, you can see when it's cross the 50, the buyers tried to push it higher and immediately got rejected. And again, an indecision candle on the daily. This is a doji indecision. So basically now we are looking for some reaction to see what the market want to do. Some will probably look for a tail, which will be something like this above, or maybe even falling star, and then entering a short to the downside, to this area, or maybe to this. Sometimes the market, and this strategy or structure is tend to move for the 76.40. Why? Because it know a lot of people taking short here in order for the trend to resume for the downside, because there was a change in trend, and they taking all the stop losses from this is the 517 from here, and then resuming the trend for downside. So this is one possibility, just looking at on the price section, break change, but it's tricky. Why is that? Because you can see it here, this is low, this is lower low from here, the same goes here, so there is no divergence there. But if we look at it here, 84.32, and from this peak 79.49, you can see it crossed. So it started to build a short continuation, which means this is going lower high, and this is higher high. This signal means that any push higher, the buyers won't have enough power, and then the sellers will start to enter, pushing it for the downside. Will it be in straight line? Not usually. Sometimes it could take something like this and then going down, which means moving here, moving down, and then from here decide what to do. Will it go for the upside, or will it continue for the downside, resuming the trend and breaking this one? Especially this is a critical level of resuming the trend. All right, this is watching the daily. So by looking at the weekly, it's strong. By looking at daily, we have something that we need to look more carefully as a break in trend. But sometimes this could be a break in trend and now resuming the trend to the upside. Let's go for the 4 hour. At the 4 hour, you can see it here more clearly. This is the break in trend. You don't need much. This is my algo I wrote it. And this, you can see the line, I wrote it here. Give me indication. I wanted to touch the 492. It didn't immediately push up. But then touch the 500. The sellers try to give more fight here. You can see a big tail from the up, but failed, and immediately the buyers came in the next session and push it. And now what we get? We have a start of a change in trend, like we had here, and we were very careful about it. Now we need to be very careful, because this could be a blue line. A new trend for the upside. This could be new trend moving for the upside. But what I think it would do is going for the 580. This is a key area, 580. Then resuming, and then we need to see what it does. If it will find more buyers here at the 510, 58, 59 area, we can move for the 525. And my last prediction was that last week, that if we see a break above the 510 and close above, the next key zone is the 525, the high. All right, guys. So it could take sometimes because sellers give a fight there. All right. So they probably gonna fight it again. So at the moment, key zone is there is an opening for the all-time high, the 525, and even above it, but it could take some time. The 518 is a key area. If you want to look at it here, if we take the Fibonacci from the high to the low, you can see the 6180 is the 513 here, and the 7640 518. So I will watch closely how it reacts to the 61 and the 76, because you can see a big change in trend, so it can move for the upside, make maybe a retracement here, or even move here, and from there it can be try to make a divergence for the downside, something like this, and then move for the down or retest. Because this is a change in trend, this could be a retest. It doesn't mean it wants to resume yet. I don't have the signal. You can see the momentum crossing the zero. So a strong momentum, guys. This is a strong momentum sign. In the longer term, we have divergence for the upside. So I'm so far bullish. But will the trend be so strong that it push higher? I think the sellers will try to give another fight. There is, as you can see, the 518 some gap from above. Let me check where it is. Here, there is a gap. It closed there and immediately opened here. There is a gap which need to be closed. So it can push there, and then we will see how the price action behave, and we will watch it closely. All right, let's move on to Qs. Probably we'll do the same. I'm talking only 12 minutes about the SPY. With the Qs, same movement. If we draw here the Fibonacci from the high to the low, you can see it already touched the 6180, so we need to see how it reacts. There is a big gap from below, so if it opened below the 432, it will move maybe here. You can see the divergence again here for a short continuation, 84.80, 79, this is 72, so there is a divergence for the short side, so not enough power. It doesn't mean that we have indication for moving for the down yet. Let me see if we get it anywhere else. This is more clearly here. You can see it here. Big divergence, and we needed to wait, so it could already it did divergence. Let me check it here. This is 98.25. Yes. So we need to see how it reacts, and when it crosses, it's the first indication. And did it cross yet? It didn't cross. So it can push a little bit higher. It would be wonderful if it touched the 440 to give us a signal with a nice candle of rejection, and then move for the downside. Let me see a key zone. Yes, the key zone of selling is the 440.30. 440, 40 cents could be a nice selling zone. It can even try to reach to the 440 to 90. Some place here, try to touch there. You can see the gap here, 445.30, and maybe try to resume, because if there was a break-in trend, sometimes it likes to come for the breaking point, and this is the breaking point here, guys. You can see support, 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 break, and now resistance. Supports become resistance, could be. If we look at it and we think that the trend will go up, and this is something like this, you can have 441, 449, 454. So sometimes you can touch the 100, moving back for the 433 and then push the upside. So we have both scenario. I'm a little bit bearish because there is a divergence, but it could move a little bit to the upside and then create the pullback. The pullback doesn't mean a big fall for the downside. Just mean we're gonna have another move for the downside and then creating, you can see lower, higher lows, higher low, higher lows, which mean the buyers are strong and moving for the upside. It could be so. Watching it here, you can see the pullback at the 435, the 440 is the end zone for the movement. Also a change in the trend, momentum is strong. Let's check it here. This is 94.30 and this is 94.26, which is good sign because it means even if it push higher, this will be this won't be divergence, and here there is a divergence for the moving for the upside. So from this candle, any close above, we're going up, and it closed above, moving for the upside. If we try to draw here much to see more clearly the extension, you have it touching it. This is the 444, the 440, so 435, 441. This is a nice area for another retracement, and see how the sellers and buyers react. It's because there's gonna be a fight there. At the 1 hour chart, what we see, you can see the trend down. This is the area of break of the trend, moving down for the area of the break and moving for the upside again from here to the 440 and 443, 4, right? So be very careful from the 440, 442 area, maybe 3 for selling sellers come back. If it breaks above, it will break the high. Let's move for IWM. IWM catch a lot of people off guard. We talked about it. Let's go for it for the weekly. It more be, you can see the side break below, but took some from below stop losses, move for the upside, taking stop loss from above, making a false break here and then retrace back. But what we see here, this is a break in the structure, guys, this area. So this is the reason why you can see it here. From retracement, the 50%, and here 38. And could be a nice, if it be resting here and continue higher, it could be a very strong sign for continue for the upside, guys. If we take it here and let's say there, here you can see 220 here and the end zone 264. Could be a very nice zone. The daily, you can see here, this is a big sideways move. So this is a trend in the upside. This is a break of here, a break of structure. Retrace again, didn't give you a big chance to enter and push to the upside. Bigger pullback, and if we take the from here 1, 2, 3, the end zone should be 214. You can see how it reacts here. Lots of selling pressure. Could be very nice. What I think about the IWM so far, again, you can see a change, momentum positive. All the sign for continuation. I don't know if it will be strong continuation or I don't know how to call it, grinding slowly to the upside. It could be, but this is a good sign for continuation. See what happened. Now what? See what happened here. It broke to the upside like here, and then immediately came back for support. And this could be a good sign if it come back, retest again, and we see the buyers coming and pushing higher. This could be a good sign for continuation to the upside. All right, I want to show you what. Let me see the dollar index, the XY. Could be very interesting. Let's put it on the weekly. All right, guys, what do you see here? Doesn't it look similar to the IWM? This is a structure break from below, break from above, and then trying another break and pushing back inside. It didn't touch the moving averages, but very nice. It's a strong signal for the move for the upside with the divergence. No, here. 1, 2, 3. You can see rejection breaking, so next zone 107. You can see divergence making a lower low. This is higher low. Nice continuation for the upside. Can it be? You can see the fight here that we have. Nothing much to say. Again, see what we have here. This is a nice tail. So buyers were very strong, but we have a change in the trend. So it could push to the upside and then resuming. So this is a breaking trend. This is a breaking structure. You can see the momentum. Negative, negative, negative. And the SPY, Qs, and IWM positive, positive, positive. You should follow it. See what happens. Very interesting. Let's move now for Tesla and try to be more quick. With Tesla, there was a signal for a big spike for the upside. My end zone was 188, second 195. It hit them both, and then retraced, and you see how it retraced back. You know what? Just for the fun of it, let's see. Resting on the 38. This is a strong pullback. Which means this is a trend for the upside with a strong shallow pullback. So to the 38, this is a shallow pullback. So if it breaks above here, many people will enter for continuation to the 220. The sign for me, because this is a break of structure, I wish it could come a little bit more lower and then give a sign for the push for the upside. Again, momentum is positive. There is no divergence yet to give a sign, a clear sign in the 4-hour chart. If we go for the 60-minute, we can see this is a trend for the upside. Usually where there is a breaking trend, it tends to come for the break point. So the break was, you can see this is a big gap. So if it wants to continue higher, it needs to close gaps in order not to come back later into them. So could be a nice, if it will pull back, sometimes it's just not, but come back, bring more buyers, a lot of buyers, and then push for the upside. Do we have any small divergences that give us indication of what's gonna happen? There is a small here. You can see this is a lower low, this is higher low. So above here, if you want to take it, very risky. More safe is above the 186, let's say, to see how it goes there. If we check it, just a sec. If we want to check it, let's say, it's still in some sort of bearish because it was a big move with a gap and immediately pushed for the downside. So a big rejection from the 184 area here. So we need to see how it reacts to the 183. if it managed to break it, it could push higher. Again, the 188 could be some sort of resistance again. All right, guys. So this is it, what I think of it. I'm so far, because of this big move, and I don't care what happened that caused it, and also with the big gaps, this is a move, all right? So a lot of buyers are in profit. Any move for the downside, even if it push, let's say, a little bit lower to this area, it could do something like this, and it can create divergence for the upside. All right, guys. Tesla at the moment didn't give us a nice move. You can see what happened. This is a big gap inside candles, and then push a little bit higher and retrace back, and then big gaps and immediately rejected, inside. Nothing much to do here. So very, I don't know, indecision what you want to do. If we look at it on the weekly, you can see what happened. Immediately came back from the low. You can see it here. Took some stop losses and immediately pushed for the upside. And the 200, you can see the 200, literally the price and also the moving averages acting like a dynamic support. So if it managed to break it, maybe it could resume the trend. If we look at it on the weekly, if it breaks the downtrend, I don't think so. I think it just create a big zone of inside. So some people can say it, but you see what happened. This is an inside from, it didn't break it. All right, so you can say it break this zone, this area. Basically, you know what? Let me clear it up. The 223.60, this is a key zone to reach from if it break above and close above, continuation higher. But then it broke below and resting below. So very tricky, be very careful about Tesla. So far what I am about Tesla, I think it will move a little bit higher and then it try to do another pullback. I will check what it do around the 188, the 190, see how it reacts to it. What I know at the moment, it took a lot of stop losses there, so not much sellers there left, maybe. So basically, the 225, guys. Let's hope. If not, will I enter? Not yet. I will look for the sign. I don't have any sign yet with divergences or something like this. As you can see on the daily, what we have, we don't have anything. This is higher high, this is higher high, nothing much. This is 95.54, this is 94. So basically this is low. We have some sort of weird divergence. I don't like to, let's say, this is moving low, this is moving high. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the break. Usually love to come here and then see how it reacts. It breaks below this zone. All right. Nothing much to say about it. Apple. What do you guys have to say about it? About Apple? I don't know. This is very weird. Let's look at it on the weekly. This looks much better. Big green candle. All right. Closing above a key area. Moving on to the daily. Very weird. But so far looks good, guys. It means even if it will trace, it will bring more buyers. This could be very interesting. 86, 85, this is 90, high, nothing much. Big volume of selling. I know this is red, but the close is above, so this is a positive candle, even if we need a second candle to see what we got here. If we look at it here, you can see it how this candle give us a sign of change in trend. And see what happened. This is a break, retrace, bring the buyers, and even if it was a gap, this is someone new, guys. Someone new. This is my idea. Someone knew something. But again, if we look at it, this is the break of the structure. And usually when there is a break, the price like to retrace and bring the buyers. All right, it could come back again here. You can see how it's sitting nicely on the support here, which was a resistance, and came in and come back to the 175. This could be a good sign of retracement. So what we have, this is a straight, this is coming low. It could do any pullback, bring more buyers. I don't know if they want to push higher. I will not trade this position so far. This is it, guys. NVIDIA. With NVIDIA, all right. NVIDIA, what we had, you can see it on the daily. Nice move for the upside. This is a break in structure. So again, I'm showing you something. I'm using it, but usually not talk about it. So doesn't mean it works all the time. From the high to the low here, retracement 50%. You can see it here. Usually, see how it reacts between the 60 and the 50. So at the moment, it's hanging there. All right. So if I see a big bullish candle, continuation up. If I see nice rejection at this area, mean resuming the trend. Still, there is no divergence, no big one. You can see it here. Maybe from there, you can see this is from here. This is a clear sign of a short. But if it breaks it, it will break the divergence, guys. If it breaks this high. So this is a key area for taking a lot of stop losses. Even if it will move down, it means the buyers will come eventually at the 850 area. This is what I'm think of. If we check it up here, let's clear this. You can see the change in the trend. You can see how it changed here and now changing back. All right, guys. So this was a bigger pullback and now resuming the trend. Momentum is positive, positive, positive. You can see it, same move. 1, 2, 3. See divergence moving for the upside. Doesn't mean, and I don't think it will be a strong move for the upside. Something on the 60. No, not much. All right. Meta. Gap down, gap up. Nothing much to say about it. Change in trend usually tend to move to the upside, reject, and then probably resume the trend. This is leg to the market. You can quick for the market. You can see what happened. All right, this is moving down, touching it, retrace, and then a break. So maybe Meta is a little bit lagging for the market move, so it needs to move here, retrace, and then if it wants to change the trend, moving for the upside, you can see the divergence. This is higher high, this is lower high. It can push a little bit. There is no signal for the short. Momentum is still negative. So it needs maybe to push a little bit higher and then resuming some downtrend. Doesn't mean it can break the 400, guys. Just the direction of the move. So be prepared for it. What else? What else? mRNA. I wanted to talk about a lot of stock today, but then it will come. Yes, it's already 35 minutes. mRNA. You can see how it found support, 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 support. You can see the tail, which was a good sign for the move for the upside. And we got the move for the upside, which was good. Not much divergence to give us a clear sign. And see what happened. I want to show you why not all the divergence work. You can see it here. You can see it there. All right. This is a short continuation. What we have, we got a short, but a small one. And immediately the buyers came and push higher. All right. So doesn't mean any move for the upside. But now what we get? This is very interesting. Double divergence. So I don't like it. Below this, it could push down for a retest, and I want to see it, how it reacts for the retest. I know it's positive, but this is a big, and mRNA like to do those kind of things. They like to push up and retrace. All right, so be prepared for it. I know there is a break of structure, which is good, and I know my prediction was that mRNA should reach to the 180 in the longer term. You can see it. Oh, I draw the trend line here, and you can see it there. This is the break, but usually when it does a break, it immediately falls. So if we had a nice breaking above, you're gonna see it push to the upside. Do we have divergence? Not that much. We just had a sign there. Let me check, because I don't trade it. So this is 398. This is 356. No divergence. But give a nice sign for move here for the upside. So what do I have to say about it? I want to see the retracement and then the buyers with a nice structure, a nice candle move for the upside. At the moment, this is a nice flag for the upside, guys. See it here. If it breaks above 125, can do another push and then see how it reacts. But be very careful, guys, because you can see it here. Another push and could retrace, and if it retrace, then it can create divergence for the upside and then move for the upside. Something like this. It will be a good one. Oxy. No, BA. Thought about BA. All right, BA. Very tricky. Changing trend, momentum positive, and no divergence yet. From here maybe. So again, from this high to the low, sitting on the 6180. Be very careful from a pullback. All right, this is what I want to show you. You can see it on the daily. Will you call it a break in the structure? I don't know. Maybe you could. Still in the down phase, you can see the moving averages. You can see this is a big sideways move, taking from the low, taking from the high, and crashing down. But again, buyers came, defending the zone. So if you want to enter BA, be my guest. I won't be there. Not yet, at least. Gold. A nice call on the gold to retrace. You can see this is a nice retrace to the 6180, and then you can see a nice tail. Buyers came, computer buy immediately. There is divergence, nice one. You can see lower low, higher low. So let's look for a cross above, a nice candle continuation. Where you put the stop losses, usually if you trade Fibonacci levels, someplace below the next Fibonacci level. But this is not a recommendation. You do your own due diligence. but this is a nice sign for continuation. If we check it up here, this is not a good sign. Momentum negative, but creating divergence. All right, guys, so it could mean that it could continue. Usually it try to push up and then continue a little bit lower. And if we draw the Fibonacci, let's say from this area, something like this, you can see it touch. This is a shallow pullback, 38.20. If it pushed to the 208 or even 206, it could be a nice push. People probably will enter long above the 215. If it pushes a little bit lower, you have the support 209, 210, and 208, guys, for the long side. Silver doing the same, resting on the 200 again. Divergence for the upside didn't complete, guys, so wait for it, be patient. Come on. Oh, this is it. You can see this is resting on the 61.80. It took some stop losses. You can see nice tails from above and from below. Do we have divergences? Not yet, so I will be waiting. Some small one. You can see this is moving up and this is straight a little bit. So probably people take it long above the 24.50 for the push for the upside, but be very careful. This is a shift in the trend. 1 hour chart below the 200 here. Moving up, breaking the trend. Didn't resume. Usually tend to come back to the 20, to the, you can see the gaps, but silver like gaps. Probably resuming here to this area and then try to decide what to do. You can see it here, there's no divergence there. This is moving down, this is 318. Don't think, no divergence, so just mean another continuation for the downside. Oxy. Oxy, let's look at it on, come on here. Push up, push down. This is a break. Usually when there is a break, you will follow it until it changes. So far you can see this is alive. Pushing down, this is the low. This is the break of trend. Usually it can retrace again to the 67 or maybe to the 68. And then resuming the trend for the downside or breaking for the upside if it gives a nice signal. So if it will create another red candle to the downside, I will just move the Fibonacci until I see the change and I see the buyers coming and then try to decide what to do. So far, it seems that the buyers came, you can see a nice tail, but there is no sign, it's from below the moving averages. There is no sign. What we have, which is a positive, that any move for the downside, you know, remember, creating divergence for the upside, you can see how it aligns with this Fibonacci level. So even if it moved for the 62.60, it could be a nice sign for it, but not yet. So far, you can see how it goes. 61 is a good one. 62.50 also every year for bounce from. At the moment, I will wait. Will you enter short or long at this moment? I don't know. I don't like, because this is in the middle, right? I see some structure here in liquidation that can be taken here, but it could just move to the downside, take stop losses, and then push up, took stop losses, and then you're in the middle or nowhere. I need to find more nice structure. So guys, you know what? You know, I don't want to talk about Bitcoin ETF yet. Maybe I'll do a separate video about it. So let's sum it up. So far, we have signed that the dollar want to move a little bit for the downside. And the market, SPY, Qs, IWM want to move for the upside. All of them give us a nice momentum for the upside, a positive one, and a change in trend, which doesn't mean that we immediately going to see a big push for the upside. It could mean a small push with a SPY for the area of 513, 515. My end zone is the 525, is the all-time high, but it could push there, move a little bit down, and then if I want a big confirmation, I wanted to see the buys coming back in from the 510, maybe even 586, and then push strong to the upside. So be very careful if you want to add, maybe scale up a smaller size if you have to. Do I have the sign for the move for the upside strong? Not yet. I could see some. This is what worries me. This is a sign for short continuation, but there is no clear indication yet. So in order to clear this move, it needs to break the all-time high. And in order to do so, it needs to push and sideways and grinding slowly, taking a lot of stop losses here and then to push it high. So to be something where it is like this move, you can see it here, like here, grinding, move down, taking some stop loss, and then make the break above here. So at the moment, this one is like we are here. All right. So it needs to do something like this, and then move, and then break to the upside. So it needs something like this, move, and break to the upside if it wants to break all-time high. So this is it. Final note, in election years, usually the retracement is about 6% down. So we already had 5. This is a good sign for continuation. But also in election year, the bull returns about in June, sorry. So maybe May will be a dodgy month, I don't know, indecision month. We will have to wait and see. So hope you like this prediction and analysis. Hope you like it. I try to give you more insight about Fibonacci levels, how to draw them, how to think about them. It gives some nice indication, not all the time. It's not a 100% guarantee. So hope you like it. And guys, see you guys later. Bye bye.